when his disciples came up to him to call his attention to its buildings. "Do you see all these things?" he asked. "Truly I tell you, not one stone here will be left on another. Everyone will be thrown down." As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, his disciples came to him privately. "Tell us," they said, "when will this happen, and what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?" Jesus answered, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming, 'I am the Messiah,' and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginnings of birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and hate and betray each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many. Because of increasing wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, but he who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the king will be preached to the whole world as a testimony to the nations, and then the end will come. So when you see standing in the holy place the abomination that causes desolation, spoken of by the prophet Daniel, let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let no one on the housetop go down to take anything from the house. Let no one in the field go back to take their clothes. How dreadful it will be for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that your flights will not take place in the winter or on the Sabbath, for then there will be a great distress, unequal from the beginning of the world till now, never to be equaled again. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive, but for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. At that time, if anyone tells you, 'Look, here is the Messiah,' or 'There he is,' do not believe it. For false messiahs and false prophets will come and perform great signs and wonders to deceive many, and if possible, even the elect. See, I have told you ahead of time. So if anyone tells you, 'There he is, out in the wilderness,' do not go out, or 'Here he is in the inner rooms,' do not believe it. For as lightning in the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever there is a carcass, there the vultures will gather." Immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and all the peoples of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to another. Now, learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. Truly I tell you, this generation will not pass away until these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. But about the day and the hour no one knows. Not even the angels, nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so will it be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating, drinking, and marrying and giving into marriage, until the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. This is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be walking in a field, one will be taken, the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken, the other left. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know the day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house knew at what time the thief was coming, he would have not let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because you do not know the hour, because the Son of Man will come at an hour you do not expect him. Who then is the faithful and wise servant that the master has put in charge of the servants to give them their food at the proper time? It will be good for that servant if the master finds him doing so when he returns. Truly I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose that servant was wicked and said to himself, "My master is staying away a long time," and then begins to beat his fellow servants and eat and drink with drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day he does not expect him, and an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him the place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of